So, hi guys, I am recording our last live class that is on Monday, June 1st. Can we believe it is June 1st already? Oh my gosh, June 1st. And today we're going to talk about this week in grammar and next week in grammar. So, this week in grammar, all you have to do is the one packet that is currently in your Google Classroom, and that is about 3 pages that has kind of some sample questions that you will see on the assessment. So what this is you've learned so much over the school year, but all of that now is all filed in different parts of your brain, right? So we're going to just dust off those files so you have to remember which ones that you need to use for your assessment. So in Google Classroom right now, there is this sheet waiting for you. Let me present it. Oops. So this sheet is called 2020 Grammar Assessment Sample. Yes, something like that. Let's take a look. All right. So let me hear from you. Can you see this, everybody? I can't see you because now I'm looking at that. Hello, can I hear your voices? Can you see this?
Yes.
You can see it?
Yeah. Yes.
So in your Google Classroom, here's what it has. It has your assessment on June 9th at 1 o'clock. It's 50 multiple choice question on Socrative. Now, what's going to happen is next week, I will on Google Classroom put up a live link for that time, but all you have to do is go to Socrative at that time, and the assessment will be live. And the live link is kind of like the digital form of if I were sitting at my desk and you needed to come up and ask me a question, right? So you can log on to the assessment on Socrative, take it, and be done if you have 0 questions. But if you have questions, you can stop, you can take a pause for the Socrative, open another window, and come see me and ask me your question. Does that make sense to everybody? You have to vote.
Oh, yes.
Yes, great, thanks. I can't believe as a teacher sometimes during these Zooms I have to ask you to actually be louder. It's kind of weird. All right, so on Tuesday, and again, I will write this all in Classroom. Tuesday, June 9th at 1 o'clock, the Socrative quiz will open. The Socrative assessment will open, and I will be live for 2 hours. I do not predict that this will take anyone 2 hours. The 2 hours is to help with I had a technology glitch or that didn't fit in my schedule and we were 15 minutes late because we had to go underwater kangaroo boxing or whatever it is that we're trying to fill our time with these days, right? So that 2 hours, I do not believe it will take you that long. If I had to guess, if you're well prepared and you're taking a look at these things, I'd say a half hour is probably all it will take. Okay. So what I'd like to do today is go over not each question specifically or not each section specifically. I'd like to just go over the parts that I think are going to be that little tricky, that the ones that'll be the most commonly missed questions on your assessment, just to remind you of what you know. So what you should do then for the rest of the week is this packet. So let's say after our live class today, you do maybe page number 1 and you get down to adverbs and you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about adverbs. Come find me at my office hours, 1:30 to 2 o'clock. Ask me your adverb questions and I will happily answer them and we can work through it together. And then maybe tomorrow you do page number 2 and you're like, oh, this is the one that's really hard. And then you go back maybe and you watch the conjunction video. And that's things that you can do. Use everything you have in your Google Classroom. Just rewatch the video or take a look at those assignments on No Red Ink. You can do any of that. And then maybe on Thursday, you do this last page here, and then you feel really confident on that last page, and that's all you have to do. So you're not going to be getting any other work this week except for those. And your job is to do the packet and come to me if you have questions. Now, there is an answer sheet as well. I've also put the answer sheet up on Google Classroom. If you want to prepare and know, you don't jump right to the answer sheet. You do it kind of like if you were sitting down to your assessment, you do it without looking at anything. And you see how much you do and how well you do. And then the questions you get wrong are the ones that tell you what you need to look at again. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Thank you, Annabelle. All right. So what I'm going to do is take a look at each of these questions, and I'm going to show you. Hi, Dylan. I'm going to show you.
Hello.
We're jumping right into what's your work for this week. Okay. You might have to rewatch the beginning of this when I post the video. So this is what's going to be on your assessment. So let's talk about the tricky things that you're going to, that are going to be on your assessment that I think might give you extra difficulties. Oh my goodness, I forgot to erase this. Okay, so the first thing with pronouns is you're just going to be finding the pronouns in the sentences. Let me make sure you can see me on my thing here. Yes, okay. You're just going to be finding the pronouns in the sentence. I think that'll be very easy for you. Don't forget about words like everyone, no one, anyone, or something, anything, or myself or himself. But the big thing is going to be your demonstratives. Now, your demonstrative words are just these 4 words. This, that doesn't work. It's just like being in school. The markers don't work. This, that, these, and those. And the problem with these 4 words is that they demonstrate something.
We can't see the board because you're still mirroring.
I'm still mirroring? Okay, so you can't see both?
I can't see the thing that you're drawing.
Great. Thank you for letting me know. So let me stop presenting for a second. Thank you. That's very helpful. All right. So for the pronoun section and adjective section, the trickiest thing is going to be these 4 words. This, that, these, and those. So the problem comes is you might have a sentence that says, hand me that. Or you might have a sentence that says, hand me that baseball. Now it's the same word, but one is a pronoun and one is an adjective. Can anyone chime in and tell me which one is the pronoun?
The pronoun is in the second sentence, like the one under it.
Here? Mm-hmm. One is actually my adjective, and that's what makes it so difficult. And let me show you the good trick. So this one is an adjective because adjectives tell me what kind, which one, or how many. And that baseball tells me which one. Which baseball? That baseball. That baseball. This baseball? No. That baseball. Again, we call them demonstratives so it demonstrates. I want that bowl, those mugs, this cookie. It demonstrates which ones I want. But then if I take this noun away, because remember, adjectives describe nouns and baseball is a noun. If I take this noun away and I have a sentence that looks like this, hand me that, right? I've taken away my noun. I'm going to put this back so when you look at it, you don't get concerned. Okay? Hand me that. Now it's a pronoun. Now it's a pronoun because what is it taking the place of? Pronoun. It's taking the place of the word baseball. It's replacing that. And we know that pronouns replace or take the place of nouns. So when you're sitting down to your adjective or your pronoun section, you're going to see the difference between those 2 things. You might see a question that says, find the pronouns in the sentence. She handed me those. What are our pronouns in that sentence? She handed me those.
Those.
Those is one. What's another pronoun?
She.
She. Good. So I have she and those. And then if I had a sentence that said find the adjectives in the sentence, Samantha wanted that red binder.
Red.
Red. And there's another one. Samantha wanted that red binder.
That.
Yeah. So it would be that and red because that would tell me which red binder.
It's describing the color of the binder and which binder.
You got it. So again, those are just maybe 2 questions on your assessment, but I'm kind of just covering now, what do I think the ones you might get wrong are, right? I'm very confident you'll be able to find pronouns, very confident you'll be able to find adjectives. All right, so let's take another look, and I'll go back and forth now between the 2, now that I know that you can't see me when I'm presenting the thing. There you go. All right, so that's pronouns and adjectives. Adverbs, we just did a deeper study on those last week, so I feel confident you'll be able to remember that most adverbs end with ly. They tell us how, when, and where something happens, and that words like not, so, very, and often are common adverbs. Good, well, bad, and badly, the section up here. This is one of the ones that we want to make sure we're using the word the correct way. And one of the trickiest, you don't very often make the mistake of saying something like, that is well chicken. Like, no, you know when to say good. It's just that good and well, especially when we talk about feelings. So if I say I feel good, that means I'm a general sense of happiness, right? It's a sunny day. I got a new shirt. I got an A on my grammar assessment, whatever that means. That means you're feeling good. But if I say I feel well, what is that specifically telling someone when I say I feel well? Yeah, go ahead.
You're in good health.
Yeah, you're in good health. So usually you'll see, like, if it says finish the sentence with good or well, if there's something about your health specifically, right? Specifically saying, oh, you just got out of the hospital, how are you feeling? That would be telling me you feel well. Now, with bad and badly, say a similar situation. With bad and badly, you're going to want to tell me, when I use bad, it's going to be a adjective. And one mistake people do a lot of times, they say, I feel badly. No. You don't feel badly. You don't feel sadly. You don't feel madly. You feel sad. You feel mad. You feel bad. So if someone trips in the hall over your books, you would feel bad. What does it mean if you say I feel badly? Does anyone remember if you feel badly, what exactly that means?
Your nerves are bad.
Yeah, it means something's wrong. Your hands are numb, or you can't feel, like I'm touching this, but I can't feel that it's hot. I feel badly. What about smell? That's always one of my favorite ones. What's the difference between I smell bad and I smell badly?
Bad is if you actually smell bad, like you're not smelling good. And badly means like your nose is broken.
Yeah, good. Actually, do you remember I always used to tell you that story about Fabio, the model, the famous male model who went on the roller coaster and had an awful incident with the seagull? It was trending on Reddit the other day. I thought that was funny. I was going to send it to you guys. But yeah, so bad and badly, those are the other things you want to take a look at. So being able to finish a sentence with good or well, or bad or badly, obviously in a grammatically correct way. This part's going to be the tricky part. This conjunctions part, this is new. This is difficult. We didn't do great with the assessment on it. It's a tricky subject. It's probably the hardest thing we do in grammar. Now, I wonder if I want to show you, because I did the 5th grade quiz. I want to show you what I'm going to do on your assessment, because when we've taken quizzes on Socrative before, I don't know if you've realized, but it doesn't let us give instructions. Like, right, I always give it like out loud at the beginning. So when we are doing something for on your Socrative, I'm going to show you the 5th grade assessment, what it's going to look like. So let me find one. So in order for me to help you out, during the assessment, I am going to, in the Socrative quiz, have questions, true or false questions, that are really instructions. We've talked about on Socrative how you have to read the explanation after each sentence. That's like me standing in front of the room talking through the questions at the end. So number one, to help yourself on the assessment, make sure you're not just flying through it. Read the examples. And a lot of times they tell you something that's coming up. But then the other thing that we're going to do is this. Let me open up the Socrative. So when we start a new section, so for example, this is the 5th grade assessment, and this is when they start their adverb assessment. It's going to say, question number 6 says, an adverb is a word that modifies a verb, an adjective, or another adverb, often ending with ly. Adverbs tell us how, when, or where. And then it says, the answer to this question is true. So in order for me to help you, like, kind of give those subcategories, I have to actually put in a question. So when I say the answer to this question is true, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm trying to tell you, here's the section that's coming next. Now we're coming into adverbs, and here is a little information about adverbs. Does that make sense to everybody? What if you put false for that question? What's going to happen?
You're going to get it wrong.
You're going to get it wrong. Yeah, so you're going to lose points. That's everyone says, is there extra credit on this? Yes. Can you press true when it says it's true? So I'm going to go back to this to present this, and we are going to do a few of these real quick. So you could also be looking at your own sheet from Google Classroom if you want. So the first part will say conjunctions, and that question like that'll say that this question is true. It will say Conjunctions list words, phrases, and clauses. Fanboy conjunctions need a comma when separating two. Oh my goodness, look what I did. Oh, I'm the world's worst grammar teacher. What did I do?
You need another O.
No! Close.
The wrong two.
Oh, well, oh my God.
Oh my gosh.
I'm the worst student.
I'm the world's,
No.
I'm the world's worst grammar teacher. This is what
no, wait till you get to Swabby. You just put sign instead of since.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. Things that happen. I make these mistakes so that you guys feel comfortable making mistakes. Like I design them and I put them in there so you all know that in life mistakes happen. Okay, so I'll try to fix that for, I don't know, next year apparently, I guess. I don't know. So 2 TWO. Oh, your parents are gonna hate me. Independent clauses. So more importantly than my bad grammar, where would the comma go in the robot tangled beneath the stars, and soon the dentist joined him? Go ahead and yell out. Where would the comma go?
Like and.
Okay, so you have to be more specific. Before the and or after the and?
Before.
Before the and, because that's a huge mistake people make. Sometimes they put the commas after the conjunction. It has to go before. So when you have a fanboy conjunction, the robot tangled beneath the stars, comma, and soon the dentist joined him. How about they wanted to meet in the parking lot, but there were no lights? Someone besides Abby. So new voice. I want to hear. I know Abby. I love your voice, but I want to hear from someone else.
Comma, but.
Yes. Comma, but. Gotta love accepting when you yell out the word but. They also wanted to meet in the parking lot, comma, but there were no lights. So then you're going to do the quiz, and then you're going to get another instruction question that's going to say Swabby conjunctions, since, when, after, because, if, only get a comma if the conjunction is at the beginning of the sentence. It does not come up to get a comma if it comes in between the two clauses.
Miss Cook.
Yeah.
Sorry. There's a cheat code. There's like a cheat thing on this. When you ask us the questions, if you put on closed captions, it corrects the grammar.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Funny. I like it. Sometimes that's hard when I make my quizzes like this. Sometimes it's hard because it does try to like automatically correct it, and a lot of times I have to try to write it wrong. Unfortunately, it doesn't do it when I write the wrong too, I guess. So yeah, so well, that's okay. It won't do it on your assessment though, so just know that. So since it is raining, we can't go rollerblading. Now, is that sentence okay the way it is, or do we need a comma somewhere? And if we need a comma somewhere, where does it go? Dylan, why don't you help us with that one? Since it is raining, we can't go rollerblading. I'm interested to know what the closed caption, if it says saying it right now.
Raining, comma.
Yes, since it is raining, comma, we cannot go rollerblading. But what about the sentence, the bow was coming unraveled because it wasn't tied tightly? What about that sentence? I wish I could highlight this. Oh, I can. Look at that. Magic. The bow wasn't coming unraveled because it wasn't tied tightly. Is that okay, or does it need a comma? And if it needs a comma, where does it go? How about you, Siri? I haven't heard from you. What do we need there? Do we need to change anything, or is it okay the way it is? Siri, are you there? Okay. Michael Work, what do you think?
The boat comma was coming unraveled because it wasn't tied tightly.
We actually don't need a comma here at all because we have because in the middle we do not need a comma. Here's a trick. So with Swabby conjunctions, they only get a comma if the conjunction comes at the very beginning of the sentence. So a shortcut would be just to look at the first word in the sentence. Is the a conjunction? No. Then you don't need a comma. Is because a conjunction?
Yeah.
Yes. So now we know we need a comma somewhere. We need it between the two complete thoughts. Let me see. Anna B, are you still here? Anna B, are you still here? No, she's not.
No.
All right. So let me see. So Anna K, about K, how about you? Where would we put it then? Because he was used to finding food in our yards, the squirrel ate my favorite flowers. It did actually happen.
I want to answer.
Okay, Abby, give it to us.
Okay. It would be English language. Why you be like this? It's after yard, right?
It's after yard, yes. Because he was used to finding food in our yard, comma, the squirrel ate my favorite flowers. I'm going to let you do that last one on your own and double check your answers later. And then the themo conjunctions, therefore, hence, as a matter of fact, meanwhile, otherwise, those are the ones that need a semicolon, comma, pair around the conjunction. So I'm not going to give you the other tricky ones. I'm just going to stick with bam, a themo conjunction in the middle of the two clauses. So it would be Samantha ate all of the cookies already, semicolon, therefore, comma, hungry for dinner. Yeah. So you would have to do those. Let's take a look at interjections. Okay, so the big thing with interjections is interjections are pretty easy because they are showing strong feeling or emotions. Bless you. Thank you. Sorry, one second. I'm going to write that Anna left. Okay, so they're showing strong feelings or emotions. Now, Sam, where's the eraser for this? I found it. Thank you. Sorry. So interjections are easy until you get the trick, until you get the word that I'm going to throw in there. So if I said, hey, everyone, come.
Let's go to the party.
To EFS, okay? What is the interjection there? Awesome. What's the interjection? And hey, everyone come to EFS.
It's hey, because that's obvious.
Yeah. Hey, it's showing strong feeling and emotion. Yes, these are the order that the questions will go in. Bruce asked that, Michael, because I'm going to use this sheet to create them. I haven't even created the assessment yet. I just did 5th grade. The problem with interjections for 6th grade, though, is you might have a word that says something like this. Wait. I'm not right yet.
Can I answer this one? Can I answer this?
You're so sad. Your voice is just so sad. Yes, go ahead.
There's nothing.
There is no interjection there. This looks like an interjection, right?
You can put you.
But this is an imperative sentence. An imperative sentence. One word is an imperative sentence? Yes. It's saying you. Wait. What are you doing?
Okay,
hi. Okay. So yes. So you wait. That would be an imperative. So that's the trickiest part for interjections. If I were a grammar teacher making a grammar assessment, I'd give you 4 sentences that have interjections and 1 that's an imperative. And each of your choices might say there's no interjection. Okay, we're almost done. Oh. Hi, Mitchell. Thanks for joining us. You're going to have to watch the beginning of the video because this is the last 3 minutes of this class. Okay, so now we have prepositional phrases. Now, we just learned these. These are newer. Am I sharing with you or did I just click on this? I'm not sharing with you. I'm just looking at it.
You're not.
Yeah. There we go. So it's going to be prepositional phrases, and it will say to find the prepositional phrase in the sentence. Now, the biggest mistake people make historically on prepositional phrases is that they just tell me the preposition. They just say the word that fits in this, the bed bug jumped blank the bed part, right? They just said the bed bug jumped blank the bed, and then they say, okay, the word on would fit there, so my prepositional phrase is on. No. That's your preposition. The prepositional phrase is all the words that go with the word on, all the way up to your object. So on what? On what? Let me see. Ariana, on what for that sentence? So on, and then keep going. On what?
On her YouTube channel?
Yes, that is the phrase. Oops. On her YouTube channel. So you want to find the whole phrase. So that is your assessment in a nutshell. The screen.
Oh boy, sounds fun.
Yes, I know. Aren't you excited? So
yeah.
How many questions will there be?
There are 50 multiple choice questions, 50. All right. And it will be, so let me say, I'm sorry, Annabelle, let me say that. There will be 50 multiple choice questions, but each of those sections is going to have that true or false instruction in there. So you may see it looks like maybe it looks like 60, but those 10 instruction questions will be counted. Does that, I'm sorry, I know I keep saying that, but I can't see your faces to tell because you're all just a big circle with a dot. So I can't tell if you're going or.
I have one question.
Yes.
You know how at the end of any Socrative test, how you put like a silly question? Are we still gonna have that?
Good question. Would you like one of those?
Yes, please.
I will do that. And it will also say your grade right after it. Now, again, remember, this is just going pass fail, so the grade is not going anywhere, but at least I think it's important for you to know how well you retained things, right? I think that you guys are going to do much better than you anticipate. So I want you to see that. I want you to see what you've been able to retain. So again, this is your work for this week, right? Is to do that packet. Now, you may also notice that in this section, there is, let me, 1 second. I'll answer that question in 1 second, Michael. Sorry. Shh, I can't tell you that right now. Samantha, give me a second. So you will see here, you have the assessment sample questions, and then here you have the answers. So I am showing you the answer sheet, okay? The answer sheet's there, but that's not going to help you unless you do the questions by yourself on your own. I can't do that, Sam. Be patient. So it won't help you unless you do that assessment on your own, and then you can check your answers for the correct answers. Okay? What are your other questions? Dylan, no digital buttons. Thank you very much. How will what affect the test, Michael? Oh, is the Michael? Can you clarify your question?
So, like, how will the pass-fail affect the test?
It won't. It's just your test. So if you so let's say you earn a 70, you pass. Right? And even if you earn a 40, you still pass the class as long as you've done all of your stuff. It just shows me that you are a student for next.
If you get under, like, for your overall grade,
yeah,
what if your overall grade is 77? Did you pass your?
Yeah. I see, Michael. So no, we are not combining this within any kind of grades, right? This is just a standalone. This is for me to say, okay, next year when you're in 7th grade, where do I need to start? Where do I need to go, right? And who might need more with I'm gonna go ahead. And here's the thing, Michael, is I know this already. I know where you guys are going. I'm pretty confident of what your strengths and your challenges are. This assessment is more for me to show, kind of my bosses that yes, I know where you are and where you're going, where I need to start next year. So I understand. So I apologize for the confusion. So there is no averaging together of these grades at all. This assessment is just where do I need to start? And the grade and just kind of shows you, are you where you need to be? If not, I'll get you where you need to be next year.
So the grade doesn't matter. The grade doesn't affect our overall.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. Yeah.
And then also, like, will we have like a certain time limit to do the exam?
Yes, I'm going to turn the exam on at 2, and I'm going to turn it off at 4. But I do not anticipate it taking anyone 2 hours long. I will be on. A live chat. So during the test, so let's say, Michael, you get 20 questions in and you don't understand something, you can open up another window, go to my live chat, ask me a question, just like you would come up to the desk and ask me a question during class. And then go back to the, I'm sorry, I keep calling it a test. It's an assessment. I'm just a huge creature. What are you doing?
Is this like an exam? Will it cover like the whole year like our normal exams do?
No, this is pronouns. It's only what's on that assessment review.
Oh, so it's just what we've done. It's quarantine learning, basically.
It's a little bit longer. It's what we've done since winter break.
Yeah.
A little bit more, just so I can see, because I'm also curious.
Thank you.
And like I said, Michael, I really think you guys are going to do really well on this. And I think conjunctions will be hard. I think they were hard before, and they've played them. So I think you guys will do well. Okay. So your work this week, finish that packet, check your answers, and come to my office hours if you have any questions. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
This next song is for my students. Before you even begin to work on your assignments, read the directions. Thank you.